Welcome back to Star Citizen news in 07 minutes or less. I've been sick for 2 weeks straight, so we're doing a double feature today, and if you're lucky, it will still be in under 07 minutes or less. If not, use the chapters below to skip around to whatever you want. I usually put more than just the 2 chapters, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and start the timer. There it is. All right, so first things, let's do a little quick intro overview for you guys. Invictus is over. Yes, unfortunately, but there's still time to get a few things. We'll get into that. But 4.2 is coming very, very soon. There's been so much testing. It is the June patch, so any day, literally could be tonight. Right, adding a new thing, a Star Meemer update. So we have collectively stolen at least 20 Idrises. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Please, if you know, just tell me. But yeah, so we have some new Idris stealing tactics that we're trying out. So if you want to see some of those, watch either, any of our streams. There's several of us that like to stream on Twitch primarily, of course, and, the main man, Hippo TC. So yeah, and there was a big event that came and went, another big one coming up, so be on the lookout for some pretty incredible footage. Anyways, so here we go, right? So I forgot to mention this in my notes, but there's a Invictus launch week coin that you can still get for $0. This is a Flaire item. If you don't know what a Flaire item is, when you go into your vehicle loadout manager, you can just pick things to be on your dashboard, like a bobblehead and stuff like that. You can also just take it out physically in the world and put it somewhere, and if you don't want to lose it, maybe just put it somewhere in your persistent hangar, your homeworld. But yeah, kind of neat little free item, but that's probably going to go away soon. Now, before 4.2 comes, you barely have enough time to get something like this, the Future Navy Pilot t-shirt. That'll be account bound, so it's just in-game little, cosmetic, which is pretty cool. So for that one, you need to do the UEE training missions. There's other stuff for the Hunt the Polaris one. You get like a chair, like a permanent chair in-game or whatever. Still cosmetic, I think, but kind of cool. So if you care about that, go get it. So now we have immense amounts of patch notes, right? And all of this reset since I last opened it, but I just wanted to have this on the features and gameplay for you guys. So what is coming in 4.2? Well, let's see. The big worm is finally here. So it's likely the new sandbox activity. I think there's an additional activity coming, new activity, that's going to be more, I don't know what the word is, but I think there's going to be 2 activities, the big worm and then something that's temporary. And it involves the Pharaoh data center. So we'll see about that soon. There are a lot of ship updates. Okay, let's run through these somewhat quickly. So I'm actually just going to fast forward over to this one here and set it on a scroll for you guys. And that's not working too well. Well, whatever. Okay, so what are the buffs? Idris has greatly increased capacitor ammo and turret rotation speeds. Okay, and then for several ships, the Idris Polaris and the 890 Jump, the hangar door ramp health has been greatly boosted. So they're going to be a little bit harder to hijack. But at the same time, it's really annoying when you're in the middle of a battle and your hangar door gets busted open and then everything inside of it gets destroyed very quickly from stray bullets. So I understand that. And we can still try to hijack and get into things through the hangar doors, or sorry, the airlocks. But of course, trying to board them with a ship will be much harder. The Starlancer attack, one of my new favorite ships, has updated its fuel capacity. I don't know if it's gotten bigger or smaller. It's 48 SCU of Hydro and 3.35 SCU of Quantum. You tell me down in the comments below if you know if that's higher or lower. I couldn't find what the old numbers were. So they also buffed the weapon turret max ammo, and the side turret max speeds were reduced, unfortunately. It was a slight nerf. But all Starlancers are getting reduced light range on their... Wait a second, this one's weird. The ramps, the door drop graphics, the lights that are warning you about where not to be, they won't show up as far below your ship now, which I guess is funny if you're flying over really high and you just got those all over the ground. But more importantly, the speeds for SEM, nav, and boost are all increased. The max speed is increased for all Starlancers. The Gladiator now allows missile swapping. That's kind of neat. The Banu Defender, the Singe cannons are now bespoke. The Anvil, Valkyrie, and Asgard have both had their max ammo increased. The Anvil Centurion has also had its max turret ammo increased. The Polaris has had a reduction in its turret gimbal movement. And shields, there's a big shield change. I don't get it. Reserve buffers per face instead of as one pool. Now, I thought I understood it when I read it, but the more I read about it, the more I didn't understand it. It's very confusing. I'm not sure what's going on with this. So if you know, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm absolutely lost. Soft Death will now have a higher health pool. So that's cool. So you won't accidentally just blow them up with one extra shot, I hope, is the intention there. And then the Gladius again, oh no, sorry, we were talking about the Gladiator earlier. The Gladius had a slight nerf to its pitch velocity. So that'll be interesting. All right, so what else? We have player names are now scannable faster and from further away, so you can identify a person instead of just their ship ID. There's a new, quite overpowered weapon, the Volt Laser Shotgun, the Prism. So that'll be fun for a time until it's nerfed. And then Radiation is coming, so prepare for that. There are new Wakello ships coming, and we now finally have the Battle Mech, the Argo ATLS IKTI. That's exciting. All Atlas variants can now be called up in freight elevators. Woo, that's going to be fantastic, and hopefully they start doing that with other things too, especially just like, you know, little ships, like, you know, not big ships, but just like, you know, what do you call them, hover quads and stuff. Let's see, so there was an engineering pass, so all components had their health scaled like in increases and in decreases, so that's exciting. Maybe engineering's getting close. The R97 shotgun got nerfed. The med beds, now you will wake up invulnerable for 30 seconds or after the leaving the bed animation ends. Shops, they have added the flight blades to the in-game shops and environmental suits. There's more hairstyles again, and there is now dynamic rain. So the last thing is behind the ships. Okay, so there were 2 new behind the ships episodes, the Mirai Guardian MX and the Anvil Asgard. So for me, both of these are worth watching. Very cool videos. The Mirai Guardian MX is a very cool ship, but the lack of the habitation area just makes it a big no for me. Like, that's the whole point of the Guardian, is you have a hab. In just having a bigger, stronger Guardian with no hab is just kind of, I don't care. The Anvil Asgard is basically a much larger Cutlass Black. So if you want to upgrade your Cutlass Black, there you go. But it costs a lot from what I've heard. But yeah, it's a really cool ship, and it's got it's also a drop ship with those big side door guns, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. That's all we've got for today. We did run out of time. I'll go ahead and get rid of. Oh, that's not what we want to get rid of. Get rid of that. And the last thing we have is a sneak peek, whatever this is. I don't know what this is. It looks like some sort of special armor, maybe. So this is almost always like a vehicle, but what would these things be on a vehicle? This seems almost like chest to me, or maybe it's an ATLS booster. I have no idea. Anyways, yeah, so that's been week 21 and 22 of year 2025. So yeah, hopefully we'll have another one of these for you very soon on Friday. And yeah, if you want to catch that one, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and I'll catch you later. Thanks. See you.